All right, today we're tackling one of the biggest hurdles in the entire tech world. How do you take a brilliant idea and turn it into a real working app without, going completely broke? We're going to explore a new model for doing exactly that. Let's dive in.
I mean, you've been there, right? That light bulb moment hits. You get that spark for an app, and you think, this could be huge. But then, almost immediately, the practical voice in your head kicks in with all the questions. And the biggest one is always, how in the world do I actually build this thing?
And that's the core challenge we're unpacking today. That journey, from a concept you scribbled down on a napkin to a real product people can download from an app store, well, it's packed with obstacles, and there's one obstacle that stands taller than all the rest.
So what is it? What's that biggest barrier? You might think it's the complex technology, or maybe finding people with the right skills. And look, those are definitely huge challenges. But more often than not, the biggest barrier is something way more fundamental. It really just boils down to resources, specifically cold, hard cash. And that financial wall is precisely where a new way of thinking can change everything. Just imagine being able to cut your development costs by up to 40%. A number like that isn't just a nice discount. It can literally be the difference between an idea living on that napkin forever and that idea actually becoming a real business.
So how is a saving like that even possible? Well, it leads us to a totally different way of thinking about how you build a team. It's a model that taps into global talent to tackle both the cost and the complexity of software development head-on. And a great example of a company putting this model into practice is Mavani Solution. Their entire approach is built around this core idea, delivering top-quality development work, but doing it in a way that's way more affordable and accessible for new businesses and startups. And when you put the two models side by side, the difference is just stark. With a traditional team, you're hiring locally, you're paying those standard, often really high market rates. But with this extended team model, your talent pool is suddenly global, the costs can drop dramatically, and you get access to incredible expertise from all over the world.
Of course, an idea like this is only as good as its execution, right? So the real question is, how does this all work in practice? Well, it really comes down to a smart combination of specific technologies and a very different approach to teamwork.
It all starts with the right tools for the job. We're talking about a tech stack with things like Flutter, React.js, and Node.js. The key takeaway here isn't the names themselves, but why they're chosen. They're picked specifically to build apps that are not only easy and friendly for people to use, but are also super scalable, which just means they can grow with the business without having to be rebuilt from scratch. And this brings us right back to that core idea of the extended tech team. It's so important to get this. This isn't just outsourcing. You're not just firing off tasks to some faceless group. It's about true integration. The team works as if they're sitting in the office right next to you, a seamless extension that brings in all this expertise without all the crazy overhead of hiring directly.
But it's not all about the costs and the code. There's also a core philosophy, a guiding principle behind this whole approach. And it's captured in a really simple but powerful three-word mantra.
Innovate, integrate, inspire. That's the foundation. It tells you this isn't just about banging out lines of code. It's about the purpose behind the work, and it gives you a much clearer picture of what the mission really is. So, what do those words actually mean in the real world? Well, innovate is all about creation, building brand new things or breathing new life into older products. Integrate. That's the extended team model in action, working as one unit with partners. And inspire? Well, that's the end game. That's about using all this great tech to help another business truly succeed.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. You've got the global team, the modern tech, and this guiding philosophy. What does that all add up to? What's the bottom line result for a startup that's trying to get their app off the ground?
It really breaks down into these key benefits. You get that massive reduction in cost. You get access to a worldwide pool of incredible talent, and you get a real commitment to quality, so the product you end up with is fantastic. It's all about making the whole process smarter and more efficient, not just cheaper. Ultimately, what a model like this really offers is a simple, powerful idea of collaboration. It completely reframes that old client-developer relationship. It's not about that anymore. It's about a true partnership focused on one shared goal. Let's just build something great together. And that brings us right back to where we started. When you see new models like this lowering the barriers that have stopped so many people, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many incredible, game-changing ideas are out there right now just waiting for the right kind of partnership to bring them to life? What's going to get built next?